Good afternoon to all of you. Namaskar, pranam, namaste. I am Pankaj Mittal, Secretary General, Association of Indian Universities, and welcome to the third episode of the program, the webinar series, which we are holding in collaboration with Ministry of Tourism. And the topic this time is very, very relevant, tourism and employment. And all of you know that why we started this series. This was started because you know that we have something like 3.7 to 4 crore students in our university system and about 30 crore students in our school system. And so total around 33 crore students are there. And many times we have felt that many of our students are not aware of the Indian culture, Indian tourism, the places of interest, the places of historical importance. So it was felt that while we are celebrating the 75 years of India's independence, we should ensure that most of our students are aware of the rich Indian cultural heritage. Many times we say that whenever you ask a youngster, what are you proud of? If you go to a foreign country and you ask a youngster, what are you proud of? So they keep on thinking, what are we proud of as an Indian? And many times they say we are proud of our say cricket because cricket is famous and maybe Bollywood. But many of them they don't tell that we are proud of our rich cultural heritage, which Indians should be really proud of. And I feel that we have not created that grand Indian narrative in the minds of our students, which should have been created so that they are proud of our rich cultural heritage, and they should know that what type of places or what type of uh, what is existing in India, which foreigners come to visit, but our own students do not know. So that is why Ministry of Tourism and AIU collaborated with each other to have a web series, which will be a 12 episode series for each month, and it will be culminating in the August 2021 when we will be culminating the this program which we are running right now, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So in the 75 years of India's independence, when we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we are having this web series to make our youngsters proud of their own cultural heritage and to apprise them of what is happening. So first two episodes were a grand success. And one more thing which everybody likes is that we are having a quiz in the end of the episode, and many, I mean thousands of students are taking up that quiz. And at the end of the program, the quiz will be open. There'll be students will be answering those questions, and there'll be huge prizes, including say visit to many destinations, tourism destinations in India and abroad, when the students complete all the 12 quizzes successfully. So please listen to the presentation today, which will be given by Dr. Deepa Mittal, who is a very good expert in tourism and travel. She is working with the Indian Institute of Travel and Tourism in Noida and has around 18 years of experience. Please listen to the presentation very carefully, because the quiz is entirely based on the presentation she is making. And when you attempt the quiz, you will not only know about India's rich cultural heritage, but you will also be able to win big prizes. So before I invite Deepa, let me introduce you to one more person, who is Mr. Sagnik. Mr. Sagnik Chaturvedi Chaudhary, sorry, Mr. Sagnik Chaudhary is working with Ministry of Tourism. Again, he has a long experience in the tourism ministry, and he will be telling you, because you know that during the corona pandemic, which we faced for last 2 years, the major industry which was affected was tourism, and many of our people, they lost their job who were working in the tourism industry. So Mr. Sagnik will be telling you how the Ministry of Tourism can be helping the youngsters who are into tourism business or tourism employment to use the tourism as an opportunity for not only employment, but also for maybe starting a startup, or maybe for giving jobs to others. So there will be many more opportunities which he will be talking about and Deepa will be talking about. So I'll hand over to Sagnik for taking it forward. Sagnik, you can please take over.
Thank you, ma'am, for that wonderful introduction. and weaving that beautiful story of our tourism, our heritage, our culture with our pride. Thank you. So, dear friends, a very warm good afternoon to all of you. Uh, Welcome to this third episode of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav series of webinars, uh, jointly organized by the Ministry of Tourism and the Association of Indian Universities. Today we'll be focusing on a very relevant topic of tourism and employment, and how the two are interwoven, how they are interlinked. um, Dr. Mittal, who will be taking it up from me in a while, will be presenting to you uh, in, uh, in her presentation about what tourism is and how much employment potential it holds across the world, um, how much of a country's GDP, to what percentage of a country's GDP it contributes to, and so on, to make you perhaps realize the kind of impact it can have on the global economy. Now, when we close our eyes, for those of us who are not linked or engaged with tourism as on date, when we close our eyes and we think of someone who is pursuing a career in tourism, someone who is a professional in tourism, what image do we see? Perhaps it is the image of a very well attired person, who is traveling or going around with a group of tourists around him or her, or a very vibrant group around him or her, uh, introducing them to to sites or monuments or other places that are worth seeing, that people will travel to see, to experience. Now, today, when we go through our presentation, we'll know what the components of the tourism industry are. What are the industries in which a graduate or a professional or someone who has pursued a course in tourism can find employment in? There are so many areas where a tourism graduate is actually sought after. So that would be one. And the second would be how the Ministry of Tourism can help you along the Ministry of Tourism, along with its institutions such as the Institutes of Hotel Management, the IITTM, the Indian Culinary Institutes, and so on, how they can help you in realizing your desire of pursuing a career in this particular field. We will also talk to a couple of students who have already undergone their undergraduate studies in the field of tourism, have gathered a little bit of experience in the field of tourism, and now have again enrolled themselves into a master's level program in tourism. We will get first-hand perspective from them as to why they chose to come into tourism in the first place, how their experience has been, how the industry has treated them, why they have decided to pursue higher studies, and what are their future plans from here. So without any further ado, I welcome you once again to this webinar, and I hand it over to Dr. Deepa Mittal. Dr. Deepa Mittal is Assistant Professor in the Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management, that is IITTM Noida. She is a PhD in tourism management and has more than 18 years of teaching and research experience. She has published many papers and is an avid researcher in the subject of management. She has conducted a number of trainings and workshops. So I am absolutely sanguine and certain that you will benefit from the presentation greatly. So please pay attention to the presentation. It will also comprise matter from which the questions from the quiz that you will attempt later today have been taken. Welcome, Dr. Mittal.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Just give me a minute. I will just share my PPT. I hope that my presentation is now visible.
Yes, it is visible now.
Okay. So a very good morning to all, good afternoon to all of you. and welcome to the episode of Dekho Apna Desh Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And I welcome all of you for this because today we are going to talk about a very important area, that is what is the potential of tourism in employment. Now, this is a very relevant topic in the current scenario because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And after that, when we are talking about the revival of tourism, a number of questions are being raised that now what is the potential of tourism, how it is going to revive. So a number of initiatives are being taken, but now the focus has been changed. Now we are talking about sustainability. We are talking about ecotourism. Now we are talking about regional tourism, domestic tourism. Now we are talking about creating the job opportunities for the local because the focus has to be changed. Now we have to understand that the standards for tourism has been changed. Now we have to adhere to the global standards. So understanding all these things, we cannot ignore the fact that yes, tourism has always been a contributor to the economy. We talk about the economic growth, we talk about the GDP, we talk about the income, we talk about employment, but we cannot forget that tourism is also one of the drivers of socio-economic development also. Tourism is one particular industry or a sector which can go deep into the regional and the local level and affect the life of the people who are over there. So understanding that, we cannot ignore, although this particular situation, COVID has already put us into a different scenario, but yes, all the industries are being affected by it and every industry is trying to revive. So tourism industry is also looking forward with the changing standards and the changing scenario. So coming up with a better tourism models, use of more technology, understanding and adopting the global standards. Definitely this industry is going to excel. So today we are going to talk about what is the potential right now and how we can explore, how we can use, how we can tap that potential of tourism for employment. Now tourism, if I say, what is the potential? So this tourism is always and regarded as a smokeless industry, and we can say tourism is not one industry, it is a amalgamation, it is a bunch, it is a group of so many other industries also. If you look, it has been said that it is amalgamation of around 12 such industries which make a tourism industry, because this industry is associated with other industries also. Agriculture is also a part of it. You talk about any industry, you talk about infrastructure, you talk about the agricultural sector, any industry, any handicraft, you talk about handicraft also. That is also associated with this industry. So this industry itself is not producing any goods or services. No, this industry is using the goods and services of the other industries. So we can see the multiplier effect which this industry is giving, and there is no export of any national wealth also. So this is the potential of this industry, that it is giving a multiplier impact to other industries also. It creates demand first and then it meets the demand. This is the largest industry in the world. Why? Because if you look at the figures, it has been said that 10.4% of the global GDP, it comes from this tourism sector. That is why it is the largest growing industry in the world. This industry is the largest employer in the world also. Why? Because 1 out of 4 jobs is being generated by this industry. We can understand the potential from these facts also. Out of the total employment, 10.6% of the employment is from this particular industry. And if we talk about the foreign exchange earnings, we can say that around 27.4% of the global services, which is around 6.8% of the total exports, it comes from this industry. So this is the potential of this industry. This is human capital intensive industry. This is a service industry. It needs people, and that is why the generation of employment in this industry is more as compared to other industries. So when you invest the money, the number of employment which is being generated by this industry is much more as compared to any other industry. So this is the potential. Now, when we talk about potential, there are 4 important things which we should always highlight: the demand factor, opportunities, support, and attraction. Now I'm going to talk about only about what is the potential of tourism in India. Demand. If we look at the figures, we can say that yes, India's GDP grew by 4.9% as per the report of WTTC. That is, it was increasing by 4.9% because of the contribution given by the tourism industry, which is third largest in the world. Why this demand is increasing? Because India has a basket of attractions. You talk about anything, India has beaches, it has deserts also, it has snow also, wildlife, world heritage sites. So India has everything which the tourist is looking whenever they are coming to any particular destination. And these attractions, they create a demand. When a demand is there, definitely the opportunities are there. People look out for more creativity, more innovation, new type of product, just to fulfill the demand which is being created by the tourists who are coming to a destination or to a country. These opportunities now, because we are very much concerned about what will be the scenario after COVID. So yes, we have to focus on regional tourism, domestic tourism. We have to focus on locals. We have to talk about how to involve these local people and to make them a part of this particular industry. So a number of opportunities are being given by this pandemic to the tourism industry. New technology, new way of marketing, digital marketing, going for virtual tours. These are a number of new opportunities which are being given by this particular pandemic. And then definitely the support is there. Government is coming up with so many initiatives, so many new programs, schemes are being launched. Swadesh Darshan is there, Prasad scheme is there by Ministry of Tourism. Why these schemes are there? They are just to give a boost to the tourism sector by providing or developing certain kind of circuits or certain kinds of schemes. But yes, the people who want to come into the industry, they definitely look for some kind of a support. So that kind of support is also there in the form of loans. So a number of initiatives are being taken just to assess, just to provide the opportunities for the people who want to come and become a part of this exciting industry with a number of options. So there is no limitation of any opportunity in this particular industry. So this talks about the potential of the tourism. Now, why tourism? Why tourism? Why in this particular scenario also, when everybody is so much like COVID is there, why we are talking about tourism? Because this is the way to benefit the local community. Now we have to focus on the local people. We have to focus on the regional. We have to focus on the domestic tourism. So now we have to develop the opportunity and the benefits to the local people. When a tourist is coming to a destination, he is using the facilities or the services which is given by the local community also. So that is the benefit. Whenever the infrastructure is being developed from the tourism point of view, but it is not only enjoyed by the tourist, it is enjoyed by the local community also. So for the purpose of tourism, when the infrastructure is being developed, yes, definitely it is going to benefit the local community also. Tourism is the only industry which first creates demand and then it meets demand. How it creates demand? Because whenever any tourist wants to visit a particular destination, then there is a creation of a demand. And when a demand is being created, when a tourist is visiting a particular destination, now we have to meet the demand. Those goods and services which are enjoyed, which are being consumed by the local, now it will be consumed by the tourist also. So that is how it is creating and meeting the demand also. So the tourism, it adds to the consumption, it adds to the demand of other industries also, because a tourist is not going to consume only a particular goods and services, it is going to enjoy all the services which are available at that particular destination. Yes, employment and income generation. We have to talk about the socio-economic welfare of the community. So whenever a tourism is there, income is being generated by the local community, and when income is there, there is an overall development of the people also, social development also. And then it is a one way of preserving our national heritage and environment. Why? Because this is the way we have to project what we are, what we have. These are our tourism product. This is what we are making as a tourism product, and we are showcasing it to the world that this is our rich culture, this is our rich heritage, and this is another way of protecting the environment also. This is the way we have to reach the sustainable tourism development goals also. So India was given 34th rank in tourism competitive index, and that index is being made on the basis of 12 different criteria. And in that criteria, environment is also there, sustainability is also there, hygiene is also there, accommodation, accessibility is also there. And in that, India was given 34th rank. So that means these are the factors, these are the areas which are already available there in India. We just need to tap that particular potential which India is having. So this is why tourism is required, not only for the betterment of the community, not only for employment or income generation, but if you want to preserve, if you want to conserve our national heritage, if you want to show it to the world what we are, it is a kind of image building activity. So for that, we need tourism. Let us see some particular facts which are only related to India. In the financial year 2019, there were around 39 million jobs which were there in India, which was created by the tourism sector itself. And it is expected that it can reach to 53 millions by 2029. Yes, definitely we will have to take some more initiative because of the current thing. But yes, the potential is still there. Still we have demand, still we have the heritage, still we have the opportunities. Total employment in India itself, if we say, it is around 8%, which is being generated by this particular industry. This industry is contributing 6.8% to the GDP of India, which is 10th among 185 countries. So yes, so many countries are tourism dependent, and we can see how they are contributing to the GDP. But yes, in India, this contribution is increasing, and it was 6.8%. And by 2029, it is being expected that this industry is going to grow by 6.7%, which will become 9.2% of the total economy. So you can see that how much is the share this particular industry is enjoying, and how much of the potential is there. We talk about COVID and all, but no, none of the industry is there which has not been affected, and everybody is trying to revive itself. So yes, we have to understand the potential, and we have to take the initiatives because the facts are very promising. What was the scenario? What is the scenario? We have to work on it, and we have to revive. We again have to come to these figures. The components. Now, it is very relevant to you. It is very relevant to all of us that when we talk about components, yes, tourism, we need attraction, accommodation, we need transportation, accessibility has to be there. We need n number of services also there. It is a requirement. But yes, look it from employment point of view. Attractions, now they need sustainability. Now they need a different perspective. Now they need to be shown as an image of India. So much of things are required to be done at the attractions. We have known attraction, we have our culture, we have our heritage, we have monuments, we have wildlife, we have UNESCO World Heritage Site. But along with that, now unexplored destinations are also there, which can be explored, and then they can become a tourism attraction, and there lies the potential. Transportation. Talk about the roadways, talk about railways, talk about the cruises, talk about the aviation industry. So much of the boost we can see into this industry with the Udan scheme. Now we can find out that how much of the boost has been given to the aviation industry in the country. So how much of employment generation capacity is being there. Travel agents, because when attractions are there, when demand is increasing, definitely we need the services of the travel agents also. We need tour operators also. We need people who are going to market. We need people who are going to sell these particular attractions or tourism packages. So that means these components of tourism industry itself give a number of opportunity. What we need our innovation, we need the creativity, we need to understand that in a changing scenario, which is right now, as the standards are changing, the way how people travel, the way how people see a particular destination has changed. We need to understand, we need to find out that, and then we have to come up with the new ideas, because new is the new thing, that is the new normal thing. So we have to understand that, and we have to repackage our products, and we have to market to the tourist. Now, when we have talked about so much about the potential of tourism industry right now, a number of opportunities are also there. So what are those opportunities? These are certain things which I have written over here, but it is not the complete list. The options which are available in a tourism industry are unlimited. It offers you exciting job opportunities. You come with an idea which you think that yes, this is marketable to a tourist. It is a tourism product, or it is going to give you an option to enter into the industry. Go to digital marketing, go to become a content writer, become a blogger, become a digital marketing person. So whatever area you find out, whatever you do, it suits into the tourism industry, travel and transportation. Want to go to the aviation industry? One option is there. Cruises is another option. Go to the railways, that is another option. Road transportation, n number of opportunities are over there. So that is one area which offers you n number of employment opportunities. Then ticketing, yes, it is another area, because now people are looking for this particular kind of services also. If they want to book their particular product, that yes, ticketing is to be done. So get yourself certified with ITA, get yourself licensed, and then you can start the business or your own venture of ticketing also. Entrepreneurship, now this is one of the most important area, and this is the thing which is new into this. In this particular scenario, entrepreneurship has always been there, but now it is giving you n number of opportunities. Now the government is more focusing on domestic tourism, on regional tourism, on locals, vocal for locals. So now it has given an opportunity that if you can understand what can be a new product, how innovative can you, so you decide on that, you come, you prepare, you make your own tourism product, you start your own venture. Whatever you want to start with, a bread and breakfast venture, you can start with it. You want to start with a tourism marketing, start. You want to start as a freelancer for tourist scouting, start with it. Whatever you find that yes, this is going to work into the tourism industry, it is going to meet the demand, then you should start. So it is giving you n number of options to start your own venture, and then you are not only employing yourself, you are going to generate the employment for other people also. Then guiding and escorting services also. Whenever a tourist is coming to a destination, he is definitely looking for one person or one point where he can have the communication, where he can get the answers to all his questions, he can get all the information. He's looking at that person as a person to whom he can trust, he can discuss, he can answer, he can get the answer, he can question him. So that is guiding and escorting services. Who is going to show me the rich culture of this particular destination? For that, I need a person who is knowledgeable, whose communication skills are very good. So guide is there to help me for that. You can also, if you want to come to the tourism industry, and if you are having a very good language skill, any particular language if you understand, then you have the option of language guides also, because yes, whenever a tourist is coming, they are looking for the people who are helping them in their own language as the interpreters or as the translators also. And then our accommodation sector, unlimited opportunities are there. Multinational chains are there, five-star hotels, four-star hotels, then you have restaurant, then you have resorts, then you have bread and breakfast options also. So a number of options are there for the accommodation sector also. And then there the job opportunities are also there. So go to the sales department, go to the operations, go to the marketing, go to the finances department. So this is industry does not say that yes, if you are want to come to this industry, these are only one or two things. No, you can come and become a part of anything. Any management department is going to welcome you, because this industry need skilled people. It need people who understand that what is the expectation of the client, what is the expectation of the tourist, and then they can complete it, they can understand it, they can find out the demands, and then they can work on completing, on fulfilling it. So these are some areas. If I listed down, event manager, a very well known area right now. People are nowadays so keen on having their own birthday parties or destination weddings and all. So yes, event manager, you can become an event manager if you have the zeal to manage the things, to understand the things. Then event manager, you can be a part of any food and beverage manager also. Go to any particular hospitality sector. If you are entering, if you are going to any hotel, that here, food and beverage manager is another area. You can become a resort or a restaurant manager also. If you have the skills to manage all the operations, if you can manage all the things in a restaurant or a resort, you are being always welcome as a resort or a restaurant manager. manager, operation manager. If you know how to make the strategies, you know the policy planning, you know the execution part, you know how to manage the people, you know how to manage the works, you know how to prepare the report, then you can definitely become an operation manager at any big organization which is dealing in tourism and hospitality. Then sales, you are good, you are having good sales skill, you are having good marketing skills, you are having good human resources management, you understand people, you know how to manage the people, how to manage the group, then yes, definitely you can look out for a sales, marketing or human resources department career opportunities in this industry. Now COVID has given a new option, that is wellness, medical, spa management. And India is a destination which is having so much of opportunity when it comes to wellness and spa. So Ayurveda, yoga, meditation centers, these are another option. So yes, definitely it gives you an option that you can start your own business if you can enter into this particular. Then corporate travel managers, big organizations, whatever the industry they belong to, they always look for corporate travel managers because they have to manage the travel plans of all the people who are traveling in their organization. So this is another option. Tour operators and travel agents, this is the opportunity which is always there and it will always be there, because whenever we talk about the tourism, we need the tour operators and we need the travel agents. So these are always there and these opportunities will always be there. Wedding planners, event manager, you can be there and you can always work as a wedding planner also, because now people are going for more private weddings, more theme based weddings. So for, if you have that flair, if you have that thing, then go to be as a wedding planner, travel consultant. Where to go, what to do, what is the best option available in my budget. So for that you can provide the opportunity or you can provide the information to your client. Then adventure tourism expert, if you are adventurous, if you enjoy adventure, then this is the option. Get yourself skilled, get the license, get the certification, training, and then you can become a tourism, adventure tourism expert also. Tour guide, language interpreter and translator, as I already said, this field is always, tourism is always going to welcome the people who are having these kind of skill. Cruises, a new thing which is in, and now India has also been expanded into this area also. So it is also giving a number of employment opportunities to the professionals who want to enter into the cruise industry. And digital marketing, now after this COVID also and before that also, people understood the importance of data, how this data, how to market and how to use the information which is available online. And now they are doing the digital marketing, they are reaching to their customers, and that is the way of reaching the customers. So digital marketing, if you're very good in technology, if you have something, some skill in digital marketing, you are welcome to this industry. Tourism offices, state tourism offices are there, tourist information offices are there. So they always need the people who have the knowledge, who have the information about the destination, about the services. So you are always being welcome over there. Then travel writer, content writers or bloggers, if you love to travel, enjoy your traveling, write it down, write, become a travel writer, so other people will also enjoy, and then they will get the knowledge about the destinations also. So this is also one of the field where you can enter into the tourism industry. And then your startups, if you're very innovative, very creative, you get very good ideas and you know that your idea is going to work in the industry, try to find out the new opportunities which are available in the industry, come up with your plan, and definitely a number of support system is there which is going to definitely support your plan also. Cargo and logistic management companies, they are looking for the professionals who are having the management skill, who understand the law, because cargo, logistics, and when we talk about airport operation management, we need the people who have that technical skill also, how understand laws also, regulations also, and they know the implementation of that also. So if you are good in that, you are welcome to the cargo and the logistic management companies also. Aviation sector, it is always there for the tourism people. So a number of opportunities are available for the aviation sector, in the aviation sector. But yes, if you are good, or if you want to enter into airport operations management, get a certification, get the understanding, skill, develop yourself, and then you can become a part of airport operations management also. And if you feel that you have that talent, that you can upgrade the skill of other people, you can work on the skill development, then yes, you are definitely welcome to the academics also and to the skill development also. Flight kitchen or on-board services, this is very well known option to the hospitality industry, that yes, you can become a part of on-board flight services, hospitality services. Yes, if you're good in handling the people, if you're good in handling the complaints, understanding the people, then yes, customer relationship management, this is one area where you can go and work in any tourism and hospitality organization. Then property development consultants, big hospitality companies, they always look out for the people who work as property development consultants for them, who understand what has been required, how the property has to be developed, what is the changing needs and requirement of the guest. So they need the property development consultant also. And then you can also excel by becoming a part of all the national and multinational hotel chains also. So these are some of the employment opportunities, career opportunities which are available if you have the skill. But what is the problem now? We're talking about skill, and number of opportunities are available, and then so much of potential is there in the industry. Then why we are talking about skill development? Is there is any kind of a gap? Yes, because the standards are changing. When I talk about n number of options which are available in the industry, this industry needs skilled people. It is human intensive industry. It needs people. It is a service industry, and it needs people who are skilled, who have that kind of a skill, who can serve the industry. So that is why we need people. But yes, there is a gap. There is a gap because people are there. We have a number of workforce, but now the skill requirement which is there in this particular industry, we have to find out what is that skill requirement. We have to develop the people accordingly so that they can fit into the various options which are available in the industry. So yes, definitely there is a skill gap. And then what is to be done? Now what is to be done? So for that, different organizations, private or government organizations are taking a number of initiatives. But yes, what Ministry of Tourism is doing, Ministry of Tourism is having its own tourism and hospitality organizations under Ministry of Tourism. Now these institutions, they are working in different areas. The areas in which they are working in providing the education and the training are very different, highlighting one particular area, and then they are working on the skill upgradation also. So I will be talking a little bit about these. First is Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management. Now, this is the organization which is into offering education, training, research, and consultancy in sustainable management of tourism, travel, and all the allied sectors. So this is a particular institution which is giving, imparting education, training in all the areas of travel and tourism. Then the second one is NCHM City, that is National Council for Hotel Management and Catering Technology. Now, this particular institution is looking towards the development of hospitality education through its various institutions. And then we have ICI. Now, this particular institution is targeting on developing the culinary arts in the professionals. So this has been established to develop the culinary art from skill level to the highest level. Then we have NIWS, that is National Institute of Water Sports. Now, this particular institution, it targets on the development of aqua-based leisure, recreation, tourism, and adventure sports. And then we have IISM, that is Indian Institute of Skiing and Monitoring and Mountaineering. So this is basically on the looking towards training the ski guides. So that means these institutions, they are targeting the different areas of tourism and trying to work on the development of skill. Now, I will quickly tell about the various courses which are being offered by these institutions. As I already told, yes, IITTM, Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management. Now, it was being set up in 1983. And since it has been set up, this institute has made its own distinct identity and a commanding position in among the B sectoral schools. And basically, this particular institution is focusing on meeting the changing needs of the tourism industry. So we assess what is the requirement, what is the skill requirement of the industry, and accordingly we come up with the various workshop and training programs so that we can add to the to the progression and the professionalization of the tourism education. We have this institute has its centers at Gwalior, Bhubaneswar, Noida, Nellore, and Goa. Then we have the various programs. This IITM, it offers regular programs also because we have to work towards the education of the tourism professionals. But yes, along with our regular MBA and BBA program, this institution is very much into the research project. We are into developing and conducting various short-term skill development programs and courses. A number of training programs are being conducted, finding out what is the skill gap into the industry. Then short-term capacity building programs are there. We are into conducting various language courses also, faculty development program, conferences, webinar, and expert talk. So finding out the difference, what is there in the industry, what is the requirement, and accordingly, we are coming up with the courses. IITFC program. Now, this is another very important program which has been taken by ministry, and it is a program which is being launched in Pan India on e-learning module. That is, digitally, this particular program has been launched. Ministry has launched this program with the purpose of enhancing the overall experience of the tourist. Why? Because the local people have to be trained. They have to be created. They have to be converted into the professionals. So these tourist facilitators are going to be the people who are going to meet with the tourists, and they are going to understand their demand, and then definitely they are going to help them in their enhancing their experience, tourism experience. So this particular program is being targeted to reach even in the remote areas also, where a number of tourism potential is there. So the young people can be professionally groomed so that they can meet the ever increasing demand of tourism. Then NTSM City, definitely this institution was set up in 1982, and the purpose of this particular institution was to look after the requirement of hospitality people, to develop the skill of the people who want to come into the hospitality industry. So there are around 21 IHMs, Institute of Hotel Management. There are 26 state institutes of also, and they have 14 food craft institutes and other private IHMs also. They are working towards the development of skill in the hospitality. These are some programs. They are having the regular programs, also postgraduate programs. Also, they have the undergraduate program. Also, diploma programs are also there, which are targeting the different areas of hospitality, and they provide certain certificate programs. Also, along with that, they are also working on the various short-term capacity building programs. And ICI. Yes, ICI, it was established by ministry, and it is having two campuses. One is in Tirupati and another is in Noida. Now, the purpose was, as I already told, to develop the culinary skill from the basic level to the highest level, and they are offering MBA and BBA programs also in the culinary arts. Then NIWS, it was set up in 1990, and then it was declared as a center under IITM in the year 2004. This institution is also offering MBA and BBA programs, and along with that, it is also working on training and certifying and licensing the candidates through a systematic procedure who want to enter into any area of adventures, water sports, or life guiding skills also. So NIWS is working on these areas. Then we have IISM. This is an organization which was set up by ministry in 1968 in Gulmarg, and it is basically offering the courses in snow skiing, water skiing, trekking, paragliding, and parasports. So the area where they are targeting is on the sports area. Then some more initiatives which were being taken by the ministry. Career East. In 2019, the one program was being launched, carried out. It was called as Career East Out program, which was being done at Kolkata by ministry. And then at that particular time, the purpose was to target the local people over there. So around 200 students, they participated. Most of them got the offers also, and around 27 institutes also participated in that with their students, and 32 employers were there who took part in this particular Career East Fest also. Then very important, the CVSP programs. Ministry is conducting career building for service providers program, where they are targeting the service providers and trying to upgrade the skill and education of the people who are actually the service providers. Hunar Se Rozgar Tak is one initiative, and n number of people are being trained under the Hunar Se Rozgar Tak scheme. Then skill testing and certification program is also there. Then they have entrepreneurship program, where they are trying to work on developing the entrepreneurial skills in the people so that they can come up with the new startup. And then yes, definitely the tourism adventure courses. So we can see how many n number of people are being trained under these various programs. Some more linguistic tourist facilitator program that I have already talked about. Midday meal program is also there. Destination based skill development program is there, that is targeting a particular destination and then working on developing the skill in that particular destination. And then another different programs are being there, where we are talking about the awareness, the sensitization programs are there, so that we can create an awareness in the people to take care of our heritage, to understand the need and the changing requirement of the tourist also, and they can be good service providers. So these are the various initiatives which are being taken. So how to get and reach to these institutions if you are looking for such kind of a skill upgradation? So these are the links, or these are the places where you can read. Just go to the website of these institutions, where you will get all the information about all the programs which they are running, all the upcoming programs which they are going to have. So this is the how you can reach and become a part of these various programs which are being conducted. So this is what is there when we talk about the career opportunities or the potential of tourism in employment. And definitely, after looking into this, I can definitely say that in number of potential is there. Still, it need to be tapped. We have to go to the regional level. We have to go to the domestic level, the local level, and understand the changing needs of the tourism, and we have to work for it. And definitely, this sector is going to bounce back as it was, because it is having huge potential, and then definitely it will excel. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mittal, for a really wonderful presentation, where you touched upon the career opportunities, the various industries in which a candidate who is pursuing his career can actually shine and shine really bright. We also came to know about several institutions and the courses that they offer, which any candidate, depending on the kind of time available to him or her, can pursue, ranging from a few weeks to 3-year and 4-year courses, from undergraduate courses, certificate courses, right up to master's level programs and PhDs. So there is no limit to the kind of education that you want to pursue in this field. You only need to have the enthusiasm for the same. For the students who are keen to join the tourism industry, who want to have a good overview of what it is all about, the Ministry of Tourism has started with the Incredible India, the IITFC program, the Incredible India Tourist Facilitator Certification Program, which is already underway. You only need to log on to the website iitfc.gov.in. I will repeat, iitfc.gov.in, to get an overview of the program, and you can register and enroll online. The entire program is delivered on the online model by IITTM. So in case you are interested, you feel that you can guide people, facilitate tourists, and you're interested in that kind of an activity, we would encourage you to take up the IITFC program. The Ministry of Tourism also supports you in case you want to start with an entrepreneurship venture in the field of travel and tourism. For example, if you want to open your own little agency or office and you want to start with tour operations, you want to start making itineraries and so on, it would be, possible for you to take an approval from the Ministry of Tourism right at the start of your operations, under the green shoots or startup category. Now, once you take this approval, you will be eligible for Marketing Development Assistance Scheme. Now, what is the Marketing Development Assistance Scheme? As a new entity, you would want to, go abroad or travel within the country to, the various travel fairs where you would want to book a stall so as to meet businesses and customers in various B2B and B2C meetings. Now, this kind of travel entails a cost in the form of tickets, which could be air tickets in terms of stay, in terms of participation fee. And the Ministry of Tourism, subject to your approval under the relevant category, actually reimburses up to 90% of your expenses in these heads, up to rupees 2.5 lakh each time, up to 2 times a year. So under the MDA scheme, you would be given this financial incentive, and there are several other incentives that are available to you. So there is a lot of hand-holding that goes into, entrepreneurship models in the field of tourism by the ministry. So we would encourage you to actively consider taking up a course or consider a future career in tourism. Now, I will make a small correction. I said iitfc.gov.in. That website is iitf.gov.in. Now, again, like we had promised you to give you a first-hand perspective and experience of a flavor of a career in tourism, we have a couple of students who are pursuing master's courses in hospitality, and I will give it over to Dr. Mittal for a short interview with them so as to give you a first-hand perspective of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And today we have our two students with us. We have Janvi is there with us. Janvi, am I audible to you? And Shamkini Datta is also there.
Yes.
Okay. So Janvi, before I start with asking you certain things, certain questions, could you please introduce yourself?
Right, ma'am. So good afternoon, everyone, all the panelists and the attendees. My name is Janvi Suri and I'm from Katni, Madhya Pradesh. I did my bachelor's from IISM Bhopal, and currently I am pursuing my master's from NCSM Institute of Hospitality, Noida. I did my industrial training from the Oberoi, New Delhi, and have a work experience with the same brand. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Janvi. So nice to know about you. And my first question with you will be, like, you are being a student of hospitality. And so what is your perspective on the employment opportunities which are there in the industry right now? Because now we are talking about the employment. So what do you feel?
Ma'am, in my opinion, being a student of hospitality, I think once you enter into the industry, you get diversified employment opportunities in different sectors, such as accommodation, food and beverage establishments, transportation services, travel agencies, tour operations, and many more. So one can say that by choosing a hospitality job, you're investing in a career that has endless possibilities. And by doing so, you are making a positive long-term commitment towards your growth and advancement, as it gives a very promising career.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Janvi. Thank you so much. So we have Shamkunil Datta also with us. Shamkunil, before I ask a question, please let us know something about yourself.
Right. So good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon to the panelists and everybody attending this very useful webinar. I am Shamkunil Datta. I did my bachelor's in hospitality management and administration from IISM Pusa. And then I've had my work experience, brief stints, just to expose myself to the operations of this industry with the Oberoi Group and the ITC Group. And currently I'm pursuing my master's in hospitality administration from IISM Pusa. So that's just a little about me.
Okay, thank you, Shankuni. So, Shankuni, again, you are a hospitality a student right now. So, what are the various career options which you see that once you have completed your education, what the options will be available to you?
Right. So after the completion of any degree in hospitality management, there's a plethora of options that is available to every candidate with any amount of merit. To start with, one can start with operations in the core sectors, right? This includes general management of hotels, housekeeping management, kitchen management, sales management, so many. And today there's also an increased focus on recruiting from hospitality management courses, people for ancillary and support departments like revenue, human resources, material management. There are the verticals in the same industry. We have event management, we have airlines, we have retail management. Retail management is very interesting and there are a lot of takers. So it includes understanding retail and FMCG markets, developing products for them, and organizing operations around them. Airline is a huge taker. Aviation industry market can be tapped into by becoming, cabin crew, airline experience management, ATC associateship, ground force management, so much. Then also a good number of people are taken as facility management associates for campuses like Infosys, TCS, and even GMR airports and industries, right? So there's an abundance of jobs, and there are also IT industry giants that are willing to offer you a job. So, and at this stage, I'll also like to lay special focus on entrepreneurship. A large number of the students turn from job seekers to job creators. And that's either done right after graduation or after a few years of experience in the industry. So I hope that answers your question now.
Okay, thank you so much, Shankuni. So Janvi, like you told, like you are pursuing your higher education in hospitality. So how this higher education is going to benefit you in your career?
Right, ma'am. Ma'am, I believe that due to the diverse nature of hospitality industry and its range of requirements, it is not easy to define exactly the skills and competencies that graduates are required to have. However, due to this complexity of requirements, I believe that one should have a multi-skill base, which allows them to be creative, flexible, and adaptive. And higher education helps you doing that because it not only adds to your knowledge, but also expands your horizon when it comes to exploring your capabilities in other internal departments, such as sales and marketing, finance, human resource, and also starting your own startup, that is entrepreneurship. So I think it is very beneficial if you are going for your higher education in this industry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Janvi, so much. So now my next question is for you, Shankani, because you are a part of this industry. So what do you think? How about or how to balance work-life balance in this industry? How you are going to manage it?
Right. So hospitality is a service industry and the jobs are extremely interesting. When it comes to work-life balance, well, I'll begin with compensation. The compensation is market sensitive and it's more than justified. The growth trajectory requires one's commitment to the company, and after the initial probationary period, there are ample incentives that are available. The idea in the service sector is that an unhappy employee cannot create a happy customer. So all brands at all levels of operations will work towards a creation of a stress-free environment. Over time, the industry has adapted with the world, with gender equality, inducement, various inducements. They are all as per the global standards. Meals at work, transportation to and from the workplace, in-premise daycare facility, family days are all factors that lead to a happy working place. Now, every hotel brand today not only has a customer satisfaction tracking system in place, but they also have an employee satisfaction scale. There are also established feedback mechanisms that are mandated in most hotels. So just to sum it up, I'd say lifestyle becomes a part of who you are as a hospitality professional. And in my experience, every organization is willing to go that extra mile in enabling a satisfied associate, partner, or manager.
Thank you, Shankuni. Thank you so much. Janvi, as there are a different set of skills which are being acquired by you during your education and in the hospitality industry. So what is your opinion that how this skill is going to benefit you if you want to enter into some other industry? You are mute, Janvi. Janvi, you are mute.
I'm so sorry. First of all, I would never recommend you, any one of you, to change your career. But in case you want to, I would like to talk about some skills that I have acquired while learning and working in the industry. And I'm sure that if you possess these skills, you can work in any of the industry of your choice, starting with teamwork. No matter what job you might be planning to go for, you will always have people around you. Other than that, we have customer service, crisis management, time management, multi-skilling, and the list goes on and on. These are some skill sets that will always benefit you in whichever domain you choose to grow. So I hope that answers the question.
Okay. So thank you, Janvi. And Shankunil, just in just 1 minute or less than 1 minute, any suggestion which you would like to give to the new entrants in the industry? Just quickly.
Right. Yeah, I'll try to make that quick, ma'am. So when it comes to being in this industry, there are just 5 things I'd say off the top of my mind. The first thing is that you have to be committed to it. So if you decide to enter the industry, you have to burn your bridges, be committed to it. Commitment is key. You have, because there's so many options available. You only have to focus on yourself, grow and develop yourself. There are a lot of jobs out there. Second, communicate. Communication is key. And without communication, you won't be able to collaborate either with your colleagues or your customers. Third would be teamwork. Everything in a hotel or in tourism is all interrelated. So teamwork is absolutely essential. Enthusiasm is very important. Adapting to circumstances with positivity, keeps you ahead of the curve. And finally, I think the one thing that is most important is that you always you have to be at the best version of yourself, right? From your appearance to your demeanor, everything has to be, the top of your game.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shankunil. And thank you, Janvi and Shankunil, for elaborating the various options and the areas which will be available for those who wanted to come and become a part of this industry. And thank you all the participants also. And yes, definitely attend the quiz because there's some exciting prizes are waiting for you. So the link is already being shared. So please attend the quiz also.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Mittal. My thanks go out to Shankunil and Janvi as well, and Dr. Pankaj Mittal as well, for giving a wonderful introduction today. I hope the biggest thanks go out to all of you, dear viewers. I hope you have really benefited from today's session, and the session would compel you to consider a future career in tourism. Please attempt the quiz and look forward to your participation in the next episode of the AKAM webinar series. Thank you very much. Have a good
And
night.
also thanks to Ms. Rupinder Barar Sagnik. She is the one who has conceptualized the program.
Absolutely.
And who is running this series.
So absolutely. Thank you for reminding me, ma'am. Thank you. A big thanks to Ma'am Rupinder Barar, the Additional Director General Tourism, Ministry of Tourism, for conceptualizing this webinar series. So I hope we'll see her in the next episode. Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to all.
Thanks, and do attempt the quiz. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.